everyone. Today we are starting with the new topic, that is directions. Very simple topic, but one question is always expected from this topic. It might be any question paper. Definitely there will be one question from the topic directions, but very simple topic if you understand it. As usual, we will first learn the basics and understand all the concepts, and then in the next video we will solve the questions. So we'll quickly move on to the concepts now, or the basics of the topic directions. What directions are we speaking about? So definitely we know that directions, they are nothing but north, south, east and west. So this everyone knows. Now what directions are we speaking about? So what they are gonna ask in the exam on the directions. So usually the questions will be based on these four directions. For example, if a person is standing somewhere, okay, if a person is here, then he moves in the north direction, he moves in the east direction, he moves on the west direction, or he moves on the south direction. So based on the movement of a person in a particular direction, the questions will be asked. Everyone know that sun rays in the east and sun sets in the west, isn't it? Sunrise and sunset everyone knows. See, why I'm explaining the sunrise and sunset is many a times the questions won't be asked like east or west. They will be asked in the mode of a person is facing towards the sunrise. A person facing towards the sunrise means nothing but a person facing towards the east. If a person facing towards the sunset, it means the person is facing towards west. So these four are the main directions, that is east, west, north and south. Apart from these, there are some sub-directions also, which are very important in solving the questions. So first one is the northeast. So this direction is northeast. Next, this one is southeast. Southeast. Then this is southwest. Southwest. And this is northwest. Northwest. So these are the 8 important directions. The main directions are east, west, north, south, and these 4 are the sub directions. And always remember, sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So if they ask a question stating that a person is facing towards east or a person is facing towards the sunrise, then you have to take it as east. And if a person is facing towards sunset, then the person is facing west. This is the first concept. Next, moving on to the second concept. The second concept is about the angles between the directions. Again, the same one, east, west, north and south. Okay, so the angle between each direction is always 90 degree. The angle between north and east is 90 degree. The angle between east and south is 90 degree. Angle between west and south is 90 degree, and north and west is also 90 degree. So the angle between each main direction, okay, each main direction is 90 degree. Then how about the sub directions, that is northeast, southeast, southwest and northwest? How about them? Look at this diagram now. Since they are exactly dividing the main directions into half, the angle between a main direction and a sub direction is always 45 degree. So here it is 45, again here it is 45, 45. Everywhere the angle between each main direction. Okay, I repeat, this is main direction, this is subdirection. So the angle between any main direction and subdirection or the next subdirection is always 45 degree. Here also it is 45. So the angle between this main direction and this subdirection is also 45. Here also it is 45. Everywhere it is 45, 45, and all together, okay, totally it will be 360 degrees. Okay. Now, why do we need these angles? What is the importance of the angles? So many a times how the question is asked is, a person is moving towards north and then he takes a right turn of 45 degree. When they ask questions like this, you should be able to point out in which direction the person is. See, a person is moving towards north, okay, and then he turns towards right to the 45 degree. So if it is right, it is this way, isn't it? So he has to take a right of 45 degree. Then in which direction is he standing? He is in the direction of northeast. So if you have to say the accurate directions, then you should be knowing the angle between the directions. Okay, then as a total it will be 360 degrees. This is the second concept. Next concept, this concept is actually very, very important. See, try to understand this. Again, north, south, east and west. See, if in the question, if they say, as I had said earlier, so if they say that if a person is walking towards north, it means that he is moving in this direction. And then if he turns right, if they give in the question paper that he turns right, okay, without mentioning any angle, if they mention only right, then it should be always 90 degrees. I repeat again. So previously what example we had seen, the person is taking a right turn of 45 degree, but here if they don't mention any degree, if they mention only person walking towards north takes a right turn, then that turn should always be 90 degrees. If they mention the angle, for example, a person walking towards south, okay, if a person walking towards south, if he takes a left turn, it means he is taking left turn of 45 degree, then this is the angle. Because a person who is facing towards the south, it means that a person is facing this way, and this is the right, this is the left. So left 45 degree is this, and which is this direction? This is the southeast direction. Okay, so if they don't mention the angle, then you should take it as the 90 degree. Then one more important thing which you have to remember here is, if in case they give a person is turning 180 degree, for example, a person is moving towards west, takes a turn of 180 degree, then it means that this person who is actually moving towards the east now is facing the west. So 180 degree means always it should be in the opposite direction. Okay, so if a person who is walking towards east takes a turn of 180 degree, then that person will completely turn and he will be walking towards the west. Similarly, if a person is moving towards the south, and that person, if he takes a 180 degree turn, then that person will be moving towards the north direction. Okay, so let the person be moving in any direction. If he takes a turn of 180 degree, then that person will be in the opposite direction of the given one. These basics are very important. Without these understandings or basics, you cannot solve the question. The topic is very simple, of course, but you should be very, very peculiar, or you should be very much well versed with all these concepts. So next one. This is also very important. Most of the questions, okay, especially in the exams like SSC and all, you will find many questions wherein they'll say that a person moving in the north direction or south direction will take a clockwise turn of 45 degree. So again, it is north, this is south, east and west. Okay, the question will be person moving in the north direction. Okay, so a person is moving in a north direction and he takes a clockwise turn of 45 degree. So what is clockwise and what is anti-clockwise? So we know how exactly a clock moves in a home, isn't it? So the clock moves in this way. So this direction is clockwise and this direction is anti-clockwise. So if a person moving in the north, if he has to take a clockwise turn of 45 degree, then here is the person. So this is the turn which he has taken to the 45 degree. If a person moving in the north is turning anti-clockwise, then it is this way. Similarly, if a person is standing in the south, or if he is facing the south direction, in this case, if a person has to take the clockwise turn, then which is the clockwise? This is the clockwise and this will be the anti-clockwise. So if they ask something like clockwise and anti-clockwise, always just remember the wall clock which is there at your home. You will have a proper understanding and you will never go wrong in the examination. Next concept. So this is also very important and most widely asked concept. See, we will again write the directions first. North, south, east, west. Okay. So here is the person standing now. So if they say that a person is moving towards the north, okay, a person is moving towards the north, here is the person. He takes a right turn of 90 degree. And imagine they have given the measurements of the distance he has traveled. So he has traveled some 1 or 2 kilometers. Okay, he has traveled 2 kilometers towards the north, which is named as A. Okay, and then he is moving towards his right, and then he is again traveling some distance of say 4 kilometers. We will take this as 3 kilometers and this as 4 kilometers. Okay, so a person has traveled a distance of 3 kilometers and has reached a point A. From there he has taken a right turn, or he has taken a clockwise turn, and then he has moved to a distance of 4 kilometers, and after reaching the 4 kilometers point B, from here he has again taken a right turn. It means from here again the right turn is this, and then he has moved a distance of 3 kilometers, which is the point C. Okay, this is the question. Now they will ask what is the distance between A and C. Okay, so I will repeat the question again. A person has first moved towards north for 3 kilometers and then he has taken a right turn of 4 kilometers and has reached a point B. Again from there he has taken a right turn and has reached 3 kilometers of distance to the point C. So now they are asking the distance between A and C. So if you observe it properly, okay, if you observe it properly, this makes a right angle triangle. See, this makes a right angle triangle. So if you separately write it, this is the triangle which has taken. So listen, if this is the 4 kilometers, then definitely this should be also 4 kilometers, because he has not taken any angled turn here. He has taken a proper perpendicular turn, isn't it? So he has come straight. So if this is 4, this should also be 4 kilometers. So this is 4 and this is 3 kilometers. Now they have asked for this angle. So if you remember your school days maths, then this is a right angled triangle, and this is following the most popular Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem or Pythagoras theorem. So another Pythagoras theorem or Pythagorean theorem, we would usually call this as hypotenuse. This is hypotenuse, isn't it? So if you name it, this is A, this is C, and let's take this as B for our convenience. So now here this, that is AC. Okay, AC square, that is hypotenuse. AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. So this used to be the calculation which we would do in our school days, if you remember. Okay, so if they ask anything like that, then we are supposed to apply this formula. So here if you calculate this AB, how much is AB? AB is 3 square. How much is BC? BC is 4 square. So 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, which will totally make 25. So AC square is equals to 25. AC equals to root of 25. Hence AC is equals to 5 is the answer. So distance between A and C is 5 kilometers. Everyone will be knowing this actually, because everyone would have studied this in your school days. Just brush up your memory once and practice this. Moving on to the next concept. This is usually asked in the bank examination, wherein we get higher level of questions. So we will first draw the directions again. North, south, east and west. Okay, so this is about the shadow of a person. Okay, for example, let's imagine there is a person who is standing here facing towards north. Okay, so we have to take the reference of north only. All right, if a person is facing north, then his shadow during the sun rays. Okay, his shadow, where will the sun rays? Sun rises in the east. So during morning, that is during the sun rays, his shadow will be on the west. His shadow will fall towards the west. Whereas during evening, that is during the sunset, his shadow will always fall towards the east. Okay, if a person is north facing, then during sunrise his shadow will fall towards west. During sunset his shadow will fall towards east. Then how about the time at noon, that is 12 noon exactly. So where will be the shadow at 12 noon? At 12 noon there will be no shadow. There will be no shadow. That is because sun is on head. Okay, sun is on head. So here the sun rises. So as in the time passes, the sun comes here, isn't it? So if a person is standing here towards the north, so exactly at 12 noon, the sun is overhead the person. The sun is on the head of the person. So the shadow will be towards the feet of the person, or the shadow will be below the feet of the person. So sun is on head and shadow is below feet of the person. So similarly, we have a list here. So I'll give you the list. Morning, that is sunrise. So at sunrise, if a person is facing the sun, that is if a person is facing east, then where will be his shadow? His shadow will be at its back, that is at west. Okay, so if a person is facing sun or east, they may also give it as sun and they mention as sunrise. If they mention it as sunrise and facing sun, then it is east. If they mention it as sunset and facing sun, that will be west. So if a person at sunrise, if he facing sun or east, then his shadow will be backside of him or to the west. If he is facing south, then his shadow will be at the right. If it is west facing, if the person is west facing, then shadow will be in the front. If the person is north facing, we have already seen if a person is north facing, then where will be the shadow? Shadow will be at the west. And if a person is in the north direction, so left of him will be the west, isn't it? So you can write it as, take it as west, or also you can write it as left or west. Okay. Then for the sunset or evening. So if a person is facing sun or if a person is facing west, then the shadow will be in the back or east. Then if a person is facing south, then shadow will be at the left. Similarly, if a person is facing east, shadow will be at the front. If a person is facing north, then where will be the shadow? At the sunset, if a person is facing north, we have already seen the person's shadow will be in the east. So if he is at the north during the sunset, so east is what side? East is the right side. So it can be right, or we can also write it as east. So this table you are supposed to remember and follow it properly, especially if you're preparing for bank examination. This stands as a very important table. So this comes by the practice, not an issue. You cannot do it in a single take or a couple of takes. So you need practice on this. Anyways, in the next video when we solve the questions, we will definitely have a better understanding because we are gonna apply all these concepts in the problems. Guys, we are coming up with the n number of videos with such concepts and the most easiest method of solving the questions. So please subscribe the channel as well as share these videos with your friends so that you should not miss any of the videos. As soon as the video is uploaded, you will be notified. So please subscribe the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video with the questions. Thank you.